Online gaming community, OPH Gaming, coming at you live with a little bit of Hex, the trading card game. It's an online trading card game, MMO, pretty fun, and we're just gonna go ahead and hop right into it, man. The last time I was showing you guys, I was doing a walkthrough of the game. I'm gonna continue to do that walkthrough. That walkthrough is still a thing, but this is the PlayStation version. This one's a little different, but I already, like I said, in the walkthrough, I kind of have some decks already built up on here, and I'm already ready for the battlegrounds, which allows me to play against other people live, which is what we're all about. Ooh, and I leveled up. Oh yeah, I should probably mention Zex is playing, but he's not streaming. He's not on anything. You can't go check him out live, which is weird. And you tried with the windowed trick? Right. And there's no way to make a desktop shortcut to a Steam game? Instead. And it'll load that in window, but then when you start the game, it doesn't. Yeah, that could be a problem. There may be a way to edit the Steam loader, but I wouldn't know. But that's it. Alright, well that's helpful. One thing I wanted to check is the cost of these shard cards. Oof, rough. Well, I'll buy the one that I can there. And one, two. Oof. That's all my gold right there, just on those cards. A little rough. But actually, I'm going to use those in my deck, so. I don't mind too much. And I'm going to change one other thing in my deck before I continue. Fair. Nothing else, huh? Alright, that's fine. You owned cards. Which one, my guy? I haven't checked it out yet, no. You sent that just recently? Okay. Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I'll check it out at some point. Right. Hmm. I mean, I could take. I mean, I guess that works. Not like I have enough to get anything else I want anyway. Here, goober. Seems good to me. Alright, so this is my Changeling deck. I have Mana Boost in here, a little bit of Mana Ramp with these Mother Earth cards, as well as, I think one other card has a little bit of Mana Ramp. This card allows me to play an additional resource per turn. That's allowing me to get quickly to this, which is transform target troop into that I control into a random wild troop with cost 7 or greater. There's not too many of these, but they're incredibly powerful cards. Like I can literally show you 7+ cards. So basically, it's gonna randomly turn my creatures into one of these cards. Just something that's green, that's of 7 mana cost. As you can see, they all have like really high attacks, pretty much. Most of them do. So it just allows me to get an insanely powerful creature out onto the field really quickly. Well, not really quickly, the same amount of time that you would be able to normally get it, but it allows me to do it without actually having to draw the cards or pull cards from my deck. And transforming. And transforming is huge in this deck. With this card here, whenever a troop transforms, it gets an additional +3/+3 for the turn. as well as anytime I play a spell, all troops in my deck, graveyard, and on field get a +1/+1 if this is in play. It's an amazing card. It's super expensive right now, and I happened to get one for dirt cheap before it became expensive. I got really lucky on that. It also has these Changeling cuties. The reason the deck is called Cutie Calamity is this card right here, as well as a few other cards. But the Cutie Calamity allows me to draw a card whenever something transforms, and my Spell Song Sweeties, another cute card, allows this card to transform into anything that transforms. So if I transform one thing into a 7 mana cost card, this will also transform into it if it's on the field. Also incredibly helpful. Now I also have these little Whimsy Witches here. These things are a great card that every time it attacks, it allows a random transformation from it to a 4-cost card, and it's only a 2-cost card, so on third turn, basically it can be a 4-cost card attacking. And along with a Spell Song Sweetie by its side, that could be 2 or 3 fourth turn cards attacking all at once on, an earlier turn. We also have these Merrymakers here, a great little card that whenever I Fate Weave, I transform this into a random troop with cost +1, and it retains this power. So basically every time I Fate Weave, it's going to continue to boost itself bigger and bigger, a 1 mana cost card. And also, if it transforms first at the beginning of a turn, which it rarely will because I won't Fate Weave until the end of a turn, my little Spell Song Sweeties, of course, will transform into that same thing. The problem with that is they won't transform back, but once these Merrymakers get up to a high enough level, say like a 5 to a 10, or a 5 to an 8 cost, anywhere in between there, I could transform them at the beginning of turn, and my witches will stay that way as well, which is great. It also has this great card, which basically just does the exact same thing that that card does, except that it's a spell that does it. And it has escalation, which is great. When I play it, it goes back into my deck, and then anything in bolded print basically gets a +1 to it. I think what's in bolded print on this is the mana cost, but it may be the +1 cost. So the second time I cast it, it may be +2. I haven't actually drawn the card the second time yet, so I don't know. Also, the Witch of the Wishing Well, another great little cute card. Some people say this one's creepy, so I got, where's the other one? So I got this one as well, because this one's cute as well. Basically, whenever this card attacks, it allows me to take a troop, any random troop from my hand, put it inside of my deck, and then retrieve a random troop from my deck, and that troop gets +1/+1. It is a random troop, but basically I use it to siphon through trying to get the cards that I need in play, especially the aspect of Lunapa, or Ozpex of Lunapa. This fucking card is amazing. Definitely try and pull that as soon as I can to get that into play, along with all the ability of me drawing cards whenever I cast something. It definitely turns into a pretty fun deck pretty quick. It doesn't take much for this deck to operate in an interesting manner. We also have this Jingle Jinx Witch in here, which I'm actually thinking about maybe taking out one more card just to add a specific card into the deck that is just kind of a fun card to play with. That'd be Hippie the High Hero, or Happy the High Hero. I call him Hippie the High Hero, but I know that's not correct. Happy the High Hero, he's a little stoned bunny, and he has a great ability that whenever a card enters my crypt, transform it into a random card of the same shard and put it back into my deck. And when I play a transformed card, I am actually able to draw a card. This is another great card to play, but with the Wishing Well, it's better just to have this in play, which is another insanely cute card that I have in my deck called the Sylvan Springs. And basically, anytime I play a troop, this creates a copy of it and puts it into my deck, and that troop gets a +3/+3. So I can, put out something that's a decent card, or even one of these, and it'll create a copy of that troop and put it inside of my deck, which then I can siphon through my deck with the Wishing Well Witch and hopefully pull it with a +3/+3 and be able to play it for the same cost, which is a great ability. It's an interesting concept of a deck. Really, it's kind of in a few different places with what it does. It's like I said, it's mostly about transforming, especially with the Jingle Jinx Witch. Another one where whenever something I transform, it procs the ability, and its ability basically transforms one of their troops into a lower cost card. That has a lot of proc abilities that are all about transformation, which is really what the deck is about. But just because I wanted all these cute cards in here is why I built this deck. So it's kind of all over the place, and there's super cute cards. Even the Mother Earth, I think, is absolutely adorable. That's one of the cutest cards I've ever seen. And the artwork in this game is absolutely stunning. Just great. Probably some of the greatest artwork I've seen in cards since Magic the Gathering. So I'm really impressed with that, and that's kind of what inspired me to make this deck. Was some of the artwork on some of the cards that I use in this deck are just there's just great artwork cards. So we're gonna go ahead and get into a live battle, which you've actually never seen me do a live battle, so it should be pretty cool for you guys to be able to check that out. Unfortunately, a lot of times I do get my ass kicked, especially with the deck I'm about to use. And because it is cross-platform, if I do end up playing somebody that's on the PC, they actually have a story mode campaign on there that they can go through, and it allows you to earn a lot of really good cards, as well as kind of teaches you a lot of the finer aspects of the game, and even allows you to get a lot of in-game currency to spend on better cards, as well as it's been out for quite a bit longer than this one has. So basically, if I play somebody on the PC, it's just a massacre. Or as I described it earlier, it's like a drunken barbarian clubbing a baby seal. It's not pretty. But we're going to go right into it with my Cutie Calamity deck here. I'm sorry. This is really a weird time to be streaming because I keep forgetting little things. The ninth set just came out today. So the newest set of cards just came out. It's 350 plus cards. It's called Doombringer. It shows it right there on the screen right now. Doombringer is now out. Come enjoy this. Really looks pretty cool, but I haven't really checked out much of the new stuff now. I do know we have Doombringer booster packs now, 377 cards altogether, it looks like. And a few, nope, only one new deck, and it's the same new deck that's been out for a while. So no new purchasable decks, and no new purchasable boards. But we do have one thing that I keep forgetting that I really need to do. Over here, let's see. Some new champions just came out, and I haven't checked out the new champions. Now the champions, of course, are the players, basically the wizard or caster that's doing all this stuff. He's the owner of the deck and the one who does all the magical spells. I'm currently using this champion, but I really don't like its ability. It costs quite a bit to proc, so I'm going to go ahead and check out the other champions that are now available and see if I can find something that I would like a little bit more. Something that would definitely fit the deck, though. Alrighty. Right on. Well, you have a good night and be safe, dude. For sure. Later, my guy. that may not actually be a bad idea to be able to Fate Weave every 4 turns and transform those guys one extra time. That may be what I end up going with for this deck, even though she's not cute, she's kind of creepy. Ooh. That's right, though. That I think that one has a threshold of 2 white, and there's no way I would meet that threshold in my deck. So, it looks like I have to choose something of green or blue. Start with green. Oh, whoa. Didn't mean to select that. Wrong button. Free, otherwise draw a card and gain 2 life. Well, that's cute. I wish I could get a hyperlink to what the Grapes of Wrath is. we're gonna go with that. Because first off, I don't know what a Grapes of Wrath is. I don't want to find out. And two, the thing looks ridiculous and adorable. Yeah. I would do the one with Fate Weave if I could. I can't. So screw it, we're gonna go with this. Do you want to break up a bowl before you go to bed? You don't have to. That's why I asked if you wanted to. Not will you. Alright. It's close. Got into a battle right away. Person has a large deck, 186 cards. And from the looks of it, it's going to be a green purple deck, a wild blood deck, and not a very easy one to beat. If they've got that many cards, they're probably pretty good. Probably a lot better than me, but you never know. That was a great fucking card to draw. So I'm going to go ahead and play a resource card to start my turn. This will get me going and allow me to play one card this turn. I'm going to go ahead and play the Earth Mother this turn, allowing me to attack and gain a little bit more mana a little bit quicker. I'll play this card because it allows me to gain a resource, a wild charge, and creates a drop of Whimsy. This is a great card. I'll play that. Get a drop of Whimsy, a charge. Go ahead and this turn, looks like I'll probably play my Party Fungi. Another great card allowing me to get +3/+3 whenever I transform. A card. It only lasts until the end of turn, but most of my transformations only last till end of turn anyway. So I'll go ahead and attack now, which will give me another mana at the beginning of my next turn. It won't allow me to use it next turn, but it will give me an extra resource supply at the beginning of my next turn, not an accessible resource. He's gone 3 turns in a row, still hasn't played a card. Still not 100% sure what his deck is capable of. But we'll go ahead and play our Sapphire Shard here. We're going to go ahead and get our Changeling Cuties out right away. And continue combat. Going to attack with this card one more time. Dealing no damage, but continuing to increase my resources. I'll Again, he's not playing a card. I feel like he's waiting for me to put something out. So, we'll go ahead and put something out. And I feel like he isn't playing something for a reason. I don't know what that reason is, though. And it's kind of scary. So, we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna keep these cards in my hand for now. And I'm gonna go ahead and Fate Weave one time. Pretty sure all of his cards had wild costs, and he just wasn't getting any wild. He was probably getting really frustrated. But now he has 4 mana to play with. Unfortunately, he's probably dead on his next turn. Killed my changeling cuties. He went ahead and forfeited. He just was mana deprived on the wild side. Wasn't getting any wild shards. So this is the intermission. You're able to access your reserves board if you have a reserves board and swap cards in and out of your reserve board. You're also able to, you know, save your deck here if you'd like. When you do save your deck, as well as it does activate a ready switch. But basically, you're just waiting for that timer to count down. 90% of people won't actually ready in between battles, whether they don't know how or what, I don't know. But yeah, so you're able to switch out reserves just like Magic. I think you can have 15 cards in reserve in between and do whatever you'd like with them. So we'll give it a shot. Again, it's the best 2 out of 3 in the online battles. So I won the first battle by him forfeiting, and the second battle now will be decided. We get our horn, and we get to start off the battle. Let's see. In this guy, I have a basic 60 card deck. Basic for standard play. He's got 186 cards in his deck. He has a huge deck. But we'll see how this goes. Right now, he's deciding whether he wants to go first or second. Some people are dicks and take forever, especially after forfeiting. A lot of times you'll get people that just walk away and then are like, I don't want to play. Be a lot nicer if they just leave when that happened, but looks like he's still here, ready to play. We're gonna go ahead and play this hand. It's a little bit weak on the power cards, but it does have a witch, which should get me to be able to switch some out pretty quickly. We're going to go ahead and start by playing this card again. Once again, it adds 1 resource, a wild, as well as gives me a drop of whimsy. Great opening card. Wish I could pull that every time. So there we go. We're going to put that in play. We're also going to go ahead and play the Witch of the Wishing Well. This card allows me to attack with it, and every time I attack with it, it basically lets me select 1 card from my hand, put it into my deck, and draw a random troop from my deck, and that troop gets +1/+1. Great card to look for cards, like if you're not pulling the card you need. If you need a troop and you're not getting the troop you need, this is a great card to use to pull it. Right now I'm probably going to swap out my Jingle Jinx Witch for something else. I'm going to go ahead and put this into play and put in my Spell Song Sweeties. This card, one card transforms that I own. Basically, it allows it'll transform into a copy of that troop once per turn. So whatever abilities that troop gains, it'll gain those abilities as well, transforming basically into the exact same troop. Now, I can select a card from my hand and siphon it because I'm attacking with my Witch. And I'm going to go ahead and siphon my Jingle Jinx Witch and get another Witch of the Wishing Well. So I'll probably actually keep that, put that in play, and start siphoning out one of my Merrymakers. Basically, the card I'm trying to pull is the Aspect card. Aw, he's got a Thorn Pup in his deck. Thorn Pups is awesome. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and drop a wild shard into play, giving me a wild. I can never remember what it's called. But we're also going to play one of these. And we might as well just play both of these. And that'll give us one Merrymaker still here to switch out with my witch. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch that out, see if I can pull something else. Jingle Jink switch again. It's a pretty good card, but I'm looking for my Luna Paw card. I'm trying to pull that, either that or the funky cards. The party fungi. Those are the two cards that I need to pull. Those are the buff cards for my transforming cards. I have all my transformers out here pretty much, but unfortunately I don't have anything to buff them when they transform, and that's a huge aspect of the deck, is buffing the transformations, not just transforming cards. Ooh, they're going to guillotine something. What are they guillotining? One of my witches of the Wishing Well. What a dick. Great fucking card to pull. Almost don't even need the witches in my hand anymore. Gonna go ahead and play that right away, get it out of my hand. Continue to combat this turn. I'm going to attack with this card here one more time. Switch out my Jingle Jink switch. Spell Song Sweetheart, Sweeties, that's a great card. Might throw that out there, or I might continue looking for a party fungi. Because probably if I don't draw a wild, or if I don't draw a resource card next turn, I'll be using this, which is going to start my transformations. Ooh, he used Poppy Cake on his Thorn Pup. Once per turn, all Thorn Pups and Rose Kittens you control get +2/+2 is his ability. He'll probably proc that now and attack. Either that or he'll attack and then proc it. He actually didn't, which is kind of surprising. But to each their own, maybe he's waiting to buff his card and try and make it stronger than mine. Another Jingle Jink switch. Which is probably a good play as well, just to fuck with his card, because he's only got one card out there in play, which means that he's kind of sort of relying on it. But I'm going to go ahead and do this one first, which is another Spell Song Sweetie. In response, he's going to go ahead and buff his card, which is fine. Whatever he wants to do. We're going to go ahead and start transforming with these things now. So basically, I'm going to start with a drop of Whimsy, or just Fate Weaving here. And I'm going to Fate Weave for a adventure here. And that's going to basically transform all these troops. Now, all these troops, basically, if you look at them, they're still going to have, it retains the ability of transformation. So I'm going to go ahead and use a drop of Whimsy on this one, which was the one that transformed into the weakest thing, and transform that one again. Once again, it transformed pretty weak. So I'll go ahead and pop this out real quick, which is a great card, a great ability. I should have actually procced that beforehand. But we'll go ahead and attack now. Well, he's got a 6/6, so we're not going to attack. We're going to skip the attack for this turn. I really do need the party fungi to make my guy strong enough to attack. Buffed his little Thorn Pup there. And he ended his turn. Go ahead and play Mother Earth, as well as the Jingle Jinx switch. And this one will actually give me the ability to create a random card. Oh, that's a great card for me to have created too. So that card will allow me to Fate Weave, and have one of target troop I control deals damage equal to its power to opposing troop. So if I can get one of these guys' powers to a 4 or higher, I'll be able to just take out his Thorn Pup. Would actually have to get it to a 7 or higher, which just isn't going to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and just do it now. And have this deal its power directly to its Thorn Pup. But this is also going to proc the ability of mine. To Fate Weave. Seek Adventure. And that will make everybody transform into 3 mana cost cards. So now they're all 3 mana cost cards except this, which is now a 4 mana cost card. And one of them is a flyer, so I get damage this turn. And it transformed his into a little shroomkin, which is kind of cute. But it's no longer his little rose pup, which he, I'm sure, was much happier with having a rose pup. I'm willing to risk it. This is going to give me more mana, as well as I'm going to swap out my Witch of the Wishing Well to try and get something a little better. A Whimsy, which isn't bad. I didn't really save up any Fate Weave this time, so I wasn't really able to quick transform these things, and I don't have any Party Funky in play, so I'm really missing out on a lot of damage just from not having those in play. This will get me to the 7 mana that I need now, which is huge to play that card, because that is great. We're going to go ahead and just put that out there as well. Why not? Nothing good. Nothing. I don't know what a Tomb of Lore is, but I feel like I want to do that. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, look at it. He's amassing a little army. And it's a whimsy witch. Why not? When it transforms, it's going to transform something of his. Look, he got a witch of the wishing well. That's awesome. That is a great card that he just put into play. And not one that I particularly want him to have. So, once again, this is going to go back onto this card because it needs to convert the highest one that I possibly can. So, we're going to transform this one. And attack with those two again. I like attacking with the Whimsy Witch. It's fun. What's up? I'm not sure. Drained. Stream. Oh, this is just the first battle. So. Yeah. Killed one of my cards. He didn't kill the right one, but he did kill one of my cards. Deploy and Death Cry Verdict. You can go ahead and summon a Phantom, bro. Alright, well, we're just gonna go ahead and play this thing's ability on this. We'll attack with my Whimsy Witch again. He killed my flyer, so I won't be attacking with that. Not the best four costs it could have turned into, but whatever. Aw, my cuties. Why are you playing all my changeling cuties? Those are mine. Oh good, a Tomb of Lore. Good. I didn't even have to wait. It was exactly what I wanted to have happen, like, right off the bat. That's fucking awesome. I needed to get rid of his creature that had lethal, and he used it to block right away. Could not have asked for more. Oh, he got one of my tomes. No. I do not like this. And I only created 5 of those things. I was going to summon a random dragon or a random avatar. It was going to be awesome. I don't even know what this does. Oh, awesome. He's sacrificing something and making the rest of his troops stronger. He should block this with his 4/4, but he may not. That would be the smart move. It would simply just give him more creatures. Oh, you go 5 next, huh? How fucking dare you even draw that card? This is unacceptable. I forget what he gets to do when that thing dies. Oh, he gets to destroy my constant. Whatever. I'm not even worried about that. I played it backwards anyway. I was supposed to play the Sylvan Springs first and then the Aspect of Lupa. Oh, I could get another one in my deck, and it would be stronger. But I played it backwards accidentally. I was excited about finally actually drawing it, and then I played it wrong. life drain, that could be a godsend for him. Let's go ahead and transform the sparkle cap. Oh no, it has lethal again. Let's go and transform that. Fuck it. Nice. Other troops I control have +5/+5. Let's go. Game over. Well, I thought I had a crush. It has Gladiator 5. Knock knock no die. Knock knock live. I have 3 turns to deal a shit ton of damage to him, so I've got to just attack all out pretty much every turn. This battle's intense. At this point, it's just out of hand. Man, I don't know what he's doing, but it's scaring me. I feel like he's going to attack all out. I don't want him to attack all out. I really needed that to have had fucking anything to have had crush on it, man. Like, that would have been great. Because after all this time, I'm still going to lose this battle. It's kind of depressing. It fucking got crushed. I can't believe I transformed it into something with crush. I mean, he's got to block 20 damage just with that. So that's one, two, three, four of his creatures. Then he's got to block the other biggest ones. He's pretty much got to block everything, man. That's a lot of damage. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's gonna kill him. It would have been better if it would have been something that had blight. Um, so I would have just blocked him. But it was still pretty devastating that that thing had crush, because he has no choice but to kill it. Like he can tank the damage. I think. No, see, he only blocked it with one creature, and he blocked. He didn't realize it had crush. That's game over. Oh, somehow the crush didn't affect. Oh, he blocked it with something that had death touch. I think with lethal. I didn't see that he had anything out there with lethal. It was a good game though. We're both down to 1 HP, and he gets to attack with that spirit. It's funny too, because I gave him that spirit instead of sacrificing a creature, and that phantom is what killed me. I had the verdict. I had the choice of which one I wanted to do. Kill one of my creatures, or give him a phantom. And I chose to give him a phantom. Blah! Great fucking game. That was a good one. Alright. So, best out of 3 battle. I won the first one by him forfeiting. The second one, I made a few mistakes here and there. Definitely made a few mistakes, but it was a good game. All in all, I mean, it came down to both of us having 1 life at the very end. That was, I mean, pretty much as epic as you can get for an ending battle right there. He killed me with a creature that I created for him. Jesus fucking Christ, his head just explodes. Sorry. I'm watching an episode of American Dad, and I'm not a big fan of the show, but what I just watched was insane. Just the visual of it was great. Alright. You need your controller. Go ahead and just keep this hand. I've got one Merrymaker in there, two of my spell songs, and something to play right away. He got the gayest card possible. That's just so lame. That basically gives him an like a wall that, like, until I'm willing to just throw something at it, it will be there. I mean, I'll be willing to throw something at it pretty quick. But it's still just annoying. Ah, oh, dude, he attacked. That's perfect. Because this thing doesn't have... Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, and a party fund. I could not have fucking asked for a better draw than that. If that's the only fucking swap I get, that was worth it right fucking there. Because that'll get my deck moving a lot quicker. And what is he gonna kill? My spell song, Sweetie, or the Wishing Well? I would prefer him to kill the Wishing Well at this point, because, yeah, I mean, if that's the only fucking troop I get to fucking do that with, then fucking so be it, it's worth it. It just means I'm that much quicker to starting off my assault. I'll be able to start my assault on 4th turn. I think that's the earliest I've been able to start my assault ever with this deck. This deck usually takes a while to progress. I'll be right back, YouTube.